Good morning, children. Hope you have revised the corresponding angles axiom, alternate interior angles theorem, co-interior angles theorem, and the lines parallel to a given line are parallel to each other. Based on those theorems or axioms, we are going to prove exercise 6.2, either numerical or to prove whether the lines are parallel. The first question, exercise 6.2, the first question. Find the values of x and y and show that AB is parallel to CD. In the figure, the measures are given and you have to get the measures of x and y. Based on the measures, you have to prove that AB is parallel to CD. If you have to prove two lines parallel, you have to take the converse of any one of the axiom or the theorems you have done in the previous classes. If y can be 130 degree, proof you can write it as y is equal to 130 degree. The reason can be vertically opposite angles. That can be 130 degree. Similarly, 50 plus, you can give a letter here. GS stands on transversal T. Therefore, 50 plus x is equal to 180 by linear pair axiom. That is, x is equal to 180 minus 50, which is equal to 130 degree. That is, x is also 130 degree, y is also 130 degree. What type of angles are they? But these are a pair of alternate interior angles for AB and CD. Therefore, AB parallel to CD by converse of alternate interior angles. That means if at least one pair of alternate interior angles are equal, then the lines are parallel. Question number 3. AB parallel to CD. If AB is parallel to CD, EF can be a transversal, GE can be a transversal, then and angle GED 126. That means the total of angle GED is 126, and already EF is perpendicular, so this is 90 degree. Therefore, GEF, angle GEF is equal to 126 minus 90, it is 36 degree. So one of the angle GEF is equal to 36 degree. Now, if the angle here is 90 degree, here also 90 degree by co-interior angles, again here 90 by linear pair. Therefore, angle GFE is equal to 90 degree. It can be alternate interior angles also or linear pair. Any of these properties you can use. So what about angle EGF is equal to 180 minus 90 plus 36, 180 minus 126, which is equal to 54 degree. This angle is 54 degree. Then, if this angle is 54 degree, it is 180 minus 54 or 126. Again, angle AGE is equal to 180 minus 54, which is equal to again 126. So, any of the properties can be used to get the remaining angles. The theorem in the lesson is angle sum property of a triangle. What is the angle sum property of a triangle is? Sum of all angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So the statement is sum of all angles of a triangle is 180 degree. You will be given only a triangle ABC, given a triangle ABC, and what you have to prove is angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. And what is the construction is through A, that means through, passing through A, draw XY, line XY parallel to BC. This line has to be parallel to BC. Why did we draw parallel? Because then we can apply alternate interior angles. So the proof starts with angle 1 is equal to angle B and angle 2 is equal to angle C. Reason, since XY parallel BC, alternate interior angles. You can call it as equation number 1 and equation number 2. Adding the left sides and adding the right sides. Angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to angle B plus angle C. Adding equations 1 and 2. And now, here angle B plus angle C has to be added with angle A. Similarly, the left side also has to be added because angle A is a common angle which can be added. So, adding angle A to both sides, angle A plus 1 plus 2 is equal to angle A plus angle B plus angle C. But what is 1 plus angle A plus angle 2? Because we have constructed XY through A. But angle A plus angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degree because it is a linear pair. Therefore, since LHS is 180 degree, RHS is also 180, that is angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. This is how we are proving angles and property of a triangle. One more theorem regarding triangle is, in a triangle, exterior angle is equal to sum of interior opposite angles. What's the meaning of that is, in a triangle, you are drawing a triangle ABC. Any one side is extended to form an exterior angle ACD. That is given triangle ABC in which side BC is extended to form exterior angle ACD. And what you are supposed to prove is angle ACD, that is the exterior angle, is equal to sum of interior opposite angles. Which are the opposite angles in the interior side is angle A and angle B. Angle A plus angle B. Here there is no need of any construction. You can just, the proof starts as, you can apply angle sum property of triangle. Now, in triangle ABC, angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. Equation number 1, angle sum property. What about line BD? It is a line and CA is, and it's a CA is a ray. You can also present like ray CA or side CA stands on line BD. Therefore, you can apply linear pair axiom as angle BCA plus angle ACD is equal to 180 degree. Equation number 2, linear pair. Equating 1 and 2, you are getting angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to angle BCA is angle C plus angle ACD. You can cancel angle C from both sides. That is, exterior angle is equal to sum of the interior opposite angles. And now the remaining exercise is based on these two theorems plus worked out examples, and this exercise is very, very important. Exercise 6.3, question number 1. Sides QP and RQ of triangle PQR Given triangle PQR, sides RQ and QP are produced to the points S and T respectively if angle SPR is equal to 135. That means one of the exterior angle is given to you, and angle PQT is equal to 110. Angle PQT, that means both the exterior angles are given to you. Find angle QRP. Now, if angle TQP is given, immediately angle TQP is equal to 110 and angle TQP plus angle PQR is equal to 180 by linear pair. Therefore, angle PQR is given as 180 minus 110, which is equal to 70 degree. Now you can apply exterior angle theorem. In triangle PQR, angle SPR is equal to angle PQR plus angle QRP, that is 135. The reason you have to write it as exterior angle is equal to sum of interior opposite angles. Therefore, 135 is equal to angle PQR is 70 plus angle QRP, that is 135 minus 70 is angle QRP, which is equal to 65 degree. You can also call the angle by the numbers. You can call it by angle 1, 2, 3, etc. to avoid the letters. The second question is angle X is equal to 62 degree. Angle XYZ, that means the total angle Y is given as 54. If YO and ZO are bisectors of XYZ and XZY, find angle OZY, YOZ. Both the angles have to be found out. In triangle XYZ, the whole triangle, X plus Y plus Z is equal to 180 degree. Angle sum property of triangle. Angle X is given as 62, angle Y is given as 54, Z is equal to 180, which shows that 116 plus angle Z is equal to 180, or angle Z is equal to 180 minus 116, which is equal to 64 degree. The total of angle Z is 64 degree. Now, YO and ZO are bisectors, which shows that angle OYZ is 27, angle OZY is 32. You can write it. Angle OYZ is equal to 27 degree, angle OZY is equal to 32 degree, since YO and ZO are bisectors. Again, you can apply angle sum property in triangle YOZ. In triangle YOZ, 27 plus 32 plus angle YOZ is equal to 180 degree. Angle sum property of triangle. That means 7 plus 2, 9. 59 plus angle YOZ is equal to 180. Angle YOZ is equal to 180 minus 59, or it is 121 degree. It is 121 degree. And now when it is asked for the exam, please write all the reasons in detail, as each reason will be carrying marks for your exams. The third question, if AB is parallel to DE, angle BAC is 35, find angle DCE. If this is 53 also, DCE will be obtained from triangle DCE since AB parallel ED with the transversal AE. AE is a transversal. You can see that angle BAC is equal to angle AED is equal to 35 degree alternate interior angle. So this angle is 35 degree. Now apply angle sum property. In triangle CDE, 53 plus 35 plus angle DCE is equal to 180 degree. Angle sum property of triangle 5 plus 3, 8, 88 plus angle DCE is equal to 180, or angle DCE is equal to 180 minus 88. 10 minus 8 is 2, which is equal to 92 degree. That is question number 3. 4. Lines PQ and RS intersect at the point T. If angle PRT is equal to 40 degree, PRT is equal to 40 degree, RPT 95 degree and TSQ 75, find angle SQT. There are two properties, it's very well understood. In triangle PRT, apply angle sum property, that is 95 plus 40 plus angle PTR is equal to 180 degree. Angle sum property of triangle, that is 135 plus angle PTR is equal to 180. Angle PTR is equal to 180 minus 135, 46 degree. Immediately this angle is also 46 by, therefore angle QTS is equal to 46 by vertically opposite angles. Again you can apply angle sum property in triangle TSQ, 46 degree plus 75 degree plus angle SQT is equal to 180, angle sum property, that is 6 plus 5, 11, 121 plus angle SQT is equal to 180, or angle SQT is equal to 180 minus 121, which is equal to 59 degree. The reasons have to be very, very specific. Question number 5. If PQ perpendicular PS, if PQ perpendicular PS, PQ parallel to SR also, that means PQ is parallel to SR, angle SQR 28 degree. Is equal to 28 degree, and angle QRT is equal to QRT is equal to 65 degree. Find the value of X and Y. X here and Y here. Since line PQ is parallel to SR, you can see SQ as a transversal, that is PQ and SR are parallel. Then take QR as a transversal. Since PQ parallel SR and QR as transversal, you can see that X plus 28 or angle PQR is equal to angle QRT as alternate interior angles, which shows that angle PQR is 28 plus X is equal to 65 degree, or X is equal to 65 minus 28 It can be 37 degree. You can also apply this angle as exterior angle for, in triangle QSR 65 is an exterior angle. You can get this angle and the same here because of another pair of alternate interior angles. And now that is 37 degree. In triangle PQS, Y plus 37 degree plus 90 degree is equal to 180. Angle sum property. Y plus 127 is equal to 180, or Y is equal to 180 minus 127, which is equal to 53 degree. Or you can apply exterior angle as I told you, QST. 65 is equal to 28 plus 37, then 90 minus 37 because it's a perpendicular. Whichever method, 2-3 different ways you can do this problem. Question number 6. In the figure, side QR of triangle PQR. You can see triangle PQR, side QR is extended and the exterior angle PRS is formed. Then, if the bisectors of angle PQR and PRS, that means PQR bisector is QT and PRS, the bisector is RT, meet at the point T, then prove that angle QTR is equal to half angle QPR. So for easy understanding, I have taken the bisectors. That means since QT is a bisector of angle PQR, I have taken the angles as X. Angle PQT is equal to angle TQR is equal to X. Similarly, angle PRT is equal to angle TRS is equal to Y degree. Here only exterior angle property is needed, and what is to prove is angle QPR is equal to half angle QTR. That means Z is equal to half angle P. This angle is equal to half angle P. You have to apply only exterior angle in two triangles. In triangle PQR, you can see the bold triangle. In triangle PQR, you can see that the PR is a side extended. That means Y plus Y is equal to the bold triangle X plus X plus P. X plus X plus P, exterior angle is equal to sum of interior opposite angles. That means 2y is equal to 2x plus p, equation number 1. Now, you can see the dotted triangle QTR. In triangle QTR, see the dotted triangle QTR, the side QR is extended and this is the exterior angle there. Y is equal to x plus z. Exterior angle property or theorem. Replacing, substituting in 1, instead of y, you can get x plus z. 2 into x plus z is equal to 2x plus p. 2x plus 2z is equal to 2x plus p, or 2z is equal to p, or z is equal to half of p. That is what we have to prove, half angle p. Only the exterior angle theorem property is applied here.